Welcome to the Build with Boundaries podcast. My name is Mahnaz, and this podcast is for mums who want to carve out time so that you can work in ways that work for you, your life, your family, and of course, your business. Together, we will discover why you are not prioritizing your business and the actions that you can take so you can live an intentional, productive, and fulfilled life without mum guilt. So let's dive in to today's episode. So thanks for being here. We are on episode number 23 and we're talking about selfishness. So can selfishness be good? We have this idea of what is good and what is bad and what is helpful and what's not so good. And I think selfishness is something that we need to redefine. We need to understand what being selfish means, why it's important, and why it is necessary selfishness. So, if we look at redefining being selfish into necessary self care, it doesn't mean that it's about sitting in the bath or it's about having a spa day away with your girlfriends. It's not one thing. It can be so many things to so many people. It's looking after yourself. That could be financial. It could be taking time away. It could be doing something fun that you love. It could be doing nothing and having peace and quiet. It could be sitting in silence. It can be whatever you want to make it be. It could be doing nothing and just taking a morning off just because you need it. And I think when we give ourselves the gift of time, which is often a really hard thing to do as a mum, as someone who is constantly looking after everybody else, when do we give ourselves time? And I want to think about time as being a real gift. And we can almost gift ourselves time. It could be 5 minutes here, it could be 10 minutes there, whatever you can make. And use that time to re energize ourselves. That's what I think selfishness should be, because it should be necessary self care. It should be when we look at ourselves, we ask ourselves, what do we need? Do we want to sit and read a book? Do we want to listen to something? Do we want to watch something that we know is going to be inspiring for us? We are simply recharging our battery. That's what self care is. And the reason that it is so necessary to do this is because we are always looking after everyone else. But if we put a little bit more focus into recharging ourselves, re energizing ourselves, then we can serve at a much deeper level. We are going to be there for our kids, our family, our clients, all the people that we want to be there for. But when we show up with an energy that has been given that gift of time, we're going to show up with a different energy. We are going to be so much more happier, joyful. We're going to be sharing that joy. And because we have filled our cup up almost to the point where it's overflowing so that we are able to share more with others, we are effectively caring for those people that we want to care for in a much better way. We're going to do it anyway because that is built into our instincts and we will be looking after who we need to. But how do we do that? And how does that affect us? That is the gap we're trying to fill. So by doing this, we are able to then look after our children, our families, our clients even more. Like we are giving beings anyway, and we are going to give even more. And we'll also be more present in our life in general when our children are talking to us We will be listening and not multitasking. We will be fully present because we appreciate we are giving that time, almost like the gift of time that we're giving back to people. When they're with us, they are with us. They are really there. They're fully present. We are fully present. We're living our life and we are doing more being than doing. We spend all day doing, and there has to be this sort of gift of time where we allow ourselves to be. And when we are allowing ourselves to be, it could entail doing something, but it will be much, much more focused on us and being fulfilled than the actual activity we're doing. It won't be onerous in terms of the doing. And I think lastly, I want to touch on this has always really been so helpful when I came across this, and I think it could be really helpful for you as well. This topic is something that we need to talk about more. We are human beings, we are not human doings. So when we spend more time doing than being, we're almost creating this imbalance. And that imbalance might not be that easy to see, but it will be affecting our day to day because we won't be showing up in the way that we want to show up with the best intentions and for people to be able to see us in the best light as well. And I think this whole idea of selfishness needs to be turned into being essential selfishness. This is something that is not negative, it's not bad. Selfishness has such a negative sound because we have grown up with this feeling that don't be selfish and you're acting selfish and that child is being selfish if they're not sharing their toys and whatever. It's been put into such a different context. It's got such a negative vibe to it. But I think it's about time that we thought about selfish in a different light. It is not indulgent, it's absolutely necessary. It is essential for us to be. And really that's the be all and end all. It's something that we need in order for us to be how we want to. And I would love to know if this has been helpful. I hope it's brought up some ideas for you in terms of what you can do in your day. And it's not about what you're doing, it's about how you're feeling and connecting with what you want to feel like and how you can do that. And it doesn't mean it has to be one thing that takes you from one kind of extreme to the other. It could be just a small step. So it's in a step in the right direction. So when we're doing something, if it is draining us of energy, then we will know it's draining us. So it's not the task, it's not the thing that you want to be focusing on when you're trying to give yourself that necessary self care. And when it is something that is filling your cup, it's just connecting with you and is calling to you more than everything else, because you may have a whole array of things that you would do in your self-care time, but they're relevant for different times and different moods and when you feel a certain way, because not everything is going to give you the same return. So you may as well pick the thing that gives you the best return. And I think that's really my kind of biggest takeaway here for this topic, to pick the things and just feel empowered that you can make that decision. And it can change all the time, and that's okay. And you absolutely need to give yourself the gift of time, because by giving yourself that gift of time, you are giving other people the gift of being you and being fully present in whatever it is that you need to do. Now, if you are looking for support and you are ready to build your business with boundaries, then please get in touch through my website, send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to chat to you and see what's going on for you. And of course, if I'm able to help, then I will be happy to share. There's some exciting projects on the go just now, and Build with Boundaries is coming together really nicely with my new offers coming out. So if this resonates, then do check them out and see what you think. And feel free to pop me a message, and I would love to speak to you and see where you are. So take care, and until next time, speak to you soon.